Hello, and welcome to a new video podcast by Mr. Horror Movie Guy. Well, it's great to see you again. Well, not see you, because I can't see you, but whatever. Today I want to talk about some movies I've seen lately. Around Christmas, I have a lot of time watching movies, and I've had time watching movies now, which is great. So, the first one I want to start with is Super 8. Um, this was actually directed by J.J. Abrams, and he's a really good director. If I'm not wrong, he did Star Trek, the new one, which I haven't seen, but I heard was pretty good. Um, the thing with Super 8 is the kids. It was like Goonies, and I could really relate to the characters, and it's like, it, it was really fun. Like, I did kind of the same thing when I was young, like 10, 11 years old, around their age, and we did stuff, and it was just really fun, and it's just really fun to see this in movies. It's like they filmed me and my friends, and then um, I see that film tape several years after, something like that. So I really like Super 8. It was a great movie. Probably one of my favorites this year. I could really relate to it, and that is pretty important for me. So it was a really fun movie. Next one is a Hitchcock film that I have to say I haven't seen. I'm kind of embarrassed, but whatever. It's Shadow of a Doubt, and I'm so ashamed that I haven't seen this yet because this one was just absolutely fantastic. It was fantastic. I can't believe it. Um, Definitely one of Hitchcock's best movies. The cinematography, the characters, the actors, it was just all wonderful and great. I loved it. It was like a film noir and thriller, and it was just really good. And this is like a perfect example of showing Hitchcock dark humor and how to keep um, how to keep the audience um, you know uh, how to keep the audience like keep watching the movie, uh, being being excited and want to see what happens further. Like I didn't pause this movie to go and get some water, which I normally do with most movies, but this one was just so suspenseful that I had to watch it. I couldn't just go away from it. I had to watch it all through, and I did. And I'm really mad at myself that I haven't seen this before now. Definitely in my top 30 list of favorite films. I absolutely was. I got no words. It was amazing. Still, my favorite Hitchcock film is Rope, but Shadow of a Doubt is definitely on second place of favorite Hitchcock films. It was amazing, and I highly recommend it if you haven't seen it. Great performances, the cinematography. Uh, it was great. Loved it. Um, Next one is probably a movie. It's probably a movie that most people don't know about, but I would recommend it. It was pretty good. It stars Harrison Ford and Liam Neeson, both fantastic actors and one of my favorites. Uh, K-19, The Widowmaker is the title of the movie. It's actually about the Russians. Um, and they it's about the Soviets around I think it was the 60s or something, and they made a new submarine called K-19. And basically, there's no war. It's not a war movie actually. It's about these Soviets in the submarine, and shit happens. Like a lot of mistakes. Like a lot of the like like a lot of the chain reactor stuff goes wrong, and a lot of the crew have to go in to fix it one by one, and they get all this radioactive stuff. They get like the skin burned and stuff. It's really fucked up, and there's more to it than that. But it was just a really good movie. The only problem I have with it is that Harrison Ford and Liam Neeson, they tried to have a Russian accent, but they failed. People are complaining that Harrison Ford was just absolutely horrible in the role. I thought he was pretty good. He did have a Russian accent. If you look at Liam Neeson, he didn't even try, which is really sad because I love Liam Neeson. He's one of my favorite actors ever, along with Harrison Ford. But, you know, Liam Neeson, he didn't even try to make a Russian accent, while Harrison Ford, he did, and it worked okay, but Liam Neeson was terrible. So yeah, but he did a good job with the role. He just couldn't bring a Russian accent, which was disappointing. But other than that, it's a true story too. But other than that, it was a pretty good movie. I enjoyed it. Not as good as this movie, which is Hunt for Red October, with Sean Connery. This movie was great. I loved it. It was awesome. I really liked it. Again, it's about Sean Connery. He plays a captain on a submarine that's going ahead for I don't know exactly where it was, but it was the U.S. and they're planning to make an attack. The U.S. know about this and they try to stop them, and there's a lot of different things happening. There's a lot more to it than that. Sean Connery, he was great. He even talked Russian in some scenes, and you know, I don't know Russian, but he probably did a good job. But you know, when you look at the beginning with the Norwegian people talking Norwegian, that is pretty bad. So maybe Sean Connery did a good Russian accent. I don't know, but well, not accent, but he talked Russian, I think. But I thought Sean Connery was great. He's also one of my favorite actors. But Hunt for Red October I really liked. It was really good. One thing I didn't like was the special effects. They were pretty bad. It is an early 90s movie, but you know, when no, it's actually late 80s. Sorry about that. It was late 80s. But when you look at Jurassic Park, which was in 1993, and Terminator 2 Judgment Day, which was in 91 or 2, I don't remember. But they had great special effects, so why Hunt for Red October didn't have, I don't know. But when they were firing missiles and stuff, and you saw the missile in water, it looked like a video game from a Nintendo 64. It was pretty bad, but other than that, it was a great movie. Another movie I saw lately, The Big Lebowski. I have to say, in my opinion, this is one of Jeff Bridges' best performances. He was really funny. It was an entertaining, fun movie, but I wouldn't say it's the Coen brothers' best movie. I haven't seen Fargo yet, but one of my favorite Coen brothers films is actually True Grit remake. I thought True Grit was amazing. So yeah, The Big Lebowski, it was a weird comedy movie, but it was pretty good. I liked it, but it was weird. But you know, I'm not really into weird movies. You know, I love Stanley Kubrick. Sorry about that. Stanley Kubrick. I love Doctor Strangelove, one of my favorite movies ever, A Clockwork Orange, but I can't stand 2001: A Space Odyssey. I can't watch that movie. But that's just me. It's a weird movie. Next one is Hangover Part 2. I love the first one. I think the first one was great. It was funny. It wasn't that American Pie ripoff, which I'm really sick of. It had great characters. I liked Hangover, but Hangover Part 2 was in the middle of bad and okay. it wasn't that bad, but it wasn't that okay either. It was in the middle. It's actually the same movie as the first one, just that they're in Bangkok. And you look at the movie and you see they tried to make the funny parts in the first movie and make them more extreme and bigger, but it just really doesn't work. It doesn't work. Some things I really like I like that. I like the idea that Alan, um, Alan, like he sees his friend as kids in his mind because Alan is like a kid in a grown-up body. So I like the idea that he saw his friends as they were like 10-year-old kids. That was pretty cool. A lot of people say it was sad with a monkey. I didn't care about that. And it's a much darker movie. And usually sequels get more darker, and they end of a cliffhanger, but this one didn't. Cliffhanger, yeah, that's another movie. Uh, but other than that, it was in the middle of bad and okay, I would say. I wasn't impressed at all, but I didn't expect much either. But it was, yeah. Hangover Part 2. Rented on DVD. I wouldn't recommend buy it. But, the next one was excellent. The next one I'm gonna talk about here. It's a French movie. I got it for Christmas. I just seen it, and it was amazing. It was amazing. I'm not really into French movies, but after I saw this, I want to see more French movies because this one was just amazing. It's called La Rafle or something like that. I'm not sure what it's called on English. Maybe I could check since I'm sitting with the computer here right now. The Roundup. Yeah, so just search The Roundup on YouTube or something and watch the trailer. But yeah, this was a great movie. You can say it's kind of like Schindler's List. It's about Jews, of course. Concentration camps and stuff. But it's a really emotional and sad movie. But it isn't. Well, I don't know. One minor thing that I thought was kind of weird and didn't really fit in the movie was there was sometimes they took like a break from Jews, and we saw like a 2-minute scene with Hitler and his family. I didn't quite get why they show that, and Hitler looked too young because this was in 42, and Hitler was around in the 50s or 60s in 1945. So he looked too young to be in 1942. I don't know, but it was. I didn't quite get why they needed those scenes. But yeah, other than that, it was a really, really good movie. I loved it. Highly recommend it if you like war movies and Schindler's List. The last one is Insomnia. Not the Norwegian. It is the American version, directed by Christopher Nolan, starring Al Pacino and Robin Williams. I saw this yesterday. I bought it yesterday, and I saw it yesterday. I thought it was excellent. I liked it. I liked it better than The Prestige. I liked The Prestige, but I don't think it's that great. But Insomnia, the only minor thing I didn't like was that it had the characters, the actors, and the cinematography, but it lacked on plot, which was a little bit disappointing. One thing I was shocked when I got home, I looked on IMDb. It was that this was a remake of a Norwegian movie, directed by the same guy who directed Nukas. And I was shocked because I didn't know it was Norwegian. I didn't know this was a remake either. I thought it was like a original movie made by Christopher Nolan, but it wasn't. So it kind of makes me. Yeah, I feel kind of ashamed that I'm from Norway and I haven't seen the Norwegian version yet, and I didn't even know about it. Yeah, I don't know what to say. But yeah, I'm gonna check it out if I find it sometime. But the remake was pretty good. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this podcast, and I'll see you later. So yeah, goodbye.